Hi, my name is Carson Fleming, and I'm going to be talking about the death penalty. This year has brought everyone excruciating pain and suffering. With this, the world has been able to come together and reflect and realize on what's truly important and what's right to fight for. However, there is one aspect that is yet to be talked about that many are suffering because of, and this is the damning act of the death penalty. Just from the 1970s, the death penalty has claimed over 1,600 lives, and of those 1,600 lives, 3% were innocent, without a damning proof of evidence against them. This year, I have lost 2 family members due to the most unfortunate circumstances, and this has allowed me to reflect on my life and pursue a more compassionate, merciful, and forgiving life. All of these traits are not represented by the death penalty. Everyone throughout their life has experienced unfairness and uncertainty, but not everyone has been told they're going to be killed because of something they didn't do. That, to me, is one of the most unjust acts a human being could ever put upon another. The death penalty does not only contradict the United States Constitution, but it's also financially insufferable and morally unjustifiable. One of the most jaw-dropping facts about the death penalty that most don't know about is that it's more of a financial burden than letting the accused live out their lives in sentencing. Another point which I had mentioned earlier is that it does go against the Eighth Amendment of the Constitution, as it's a cruel and unusual punishment. And my last point, and the most important, is that the risk of condemning an innocent to death is just unfathomable. And no one should have that responsibility or have to put that on their conscience. No one on this planet should have to go through that. With that being said, there are some solutions that have been brought up, but the one that makes the most sense is to let the accused live out their punishment with life in prison and no parole. With this, there's a satisfactory punishment, and prison is living without freedom. Without freedom, you can do nothing. It's basically the same as death, but you're on earth. I mean, I would compare prison to hell, even. With that also being said, no one should have that responsibility because of the commonality in human error and evil. The corruptness of the justice system has not been dealt with appropriately yet, and it's not going to change soon. And so what we need to do is act on ending the death penalty, because those in charge really don't know the whole story or don't like to recognize the true story. But no one on this planet should have the ability to dictate ending someone's life, taking away someone's soul, whether they are innocent or not. That's not for us to decide. And that's not for anyone living here to ever have to deal with or come up with a solution to do so, because this shouldn't be an issue. What makes us better than someone who's murdered? And what makes it right for someone to be murdered?